Well, Big Meech is just looking desperate out here, okay? So he's linked up with his son again. He's standing by his son, and his son standing by him. His son could have gone on and had a great career. But hey, when his dad came home, he decided to go against 50 Cent. He thought that, man, why come home looking like a boss? 50 Cent set everything up for me. But you know what? Let me link up with Ross and Mayweather, all his ops, and let me go out and do this on my own because I'm a boss. You were selling drugs before, my G, okay? The legit world, you didn't make it in, okay? In fact, that's what brought on a bigger case for you. The feds, you got onto the feds' trail by getting into the music business, right? The billboards and everything caught the attention of Jack Harvey, who pressed the DA in Fulton County to investigate further. And then all it took was a few more incidences. I think some BMF members assaulted some old woman in a Kroger, and that sparked more pressure on the DA because the woman they assaulted happened to know somebody in the DA's office, and she called up because they were throwing up BMF signs and saying BMF to this old woman, right? So that just like pushed everything forward, and they already knew who BMF was because of the billboards and everything. So it got bad. So anyways, and he was never able to make a dollar legitimately in the music business, even when he was spending millions of dollars promoting Blue Da Vinci. He helped get Jeezy to where he's at, but whatever. But anyways, so this isn't working out for Big Meech. He ain't making any money. Little Meech will probably make some money by for this series that's coming, the season 4. But Big Meech is out of money. CEO Jizzle just exposed that he's broke, man. He says now Big Meech is getting in rappers' DMs. He's going to like that. 50 Cent has destroyed his credibility as being like cool. A lot of people think Big Meech is lame now, and I don't even know if they would want to like push forward with this whole thing, anyways, because how many people, isn't this going to affect how the show goes? I mean, you can't take away anything that Big Meech did, but coming out lame, it kind of takes away from everything. It's almost like when your favorite group breaks up. It's never the same, So he says, this stuff goes, CEO. Just you on some real stuff, my brother. Let's get something in. Send your budget, mob. I ain't tripping about no money, but like, let's see what we can do and lock in. You want to do the video, intro, or both? Who would do this? Who would do this? That unless they were desperate for some bread. So CEO Jizzle responded like, yo, bro, you're lame, bro. And your washed up police says, get out my DMs. You're about to piss me off. CEO Jizzle's Young Dolph's cousin. And remember, he got shot at that Little Baby concert because I guess they had taken somebody's chain from CMG like prior to that and ran into them. Something like that. I don't know. Now, moving on, Diddy, he might be able to beat this case because he has Young Thug's lawyer, Brian Steele, on the case. We mentioned this now. When you go through Diddy's charges and everything, it's RICO that involves arson from, Kid Cudi's car getting blown up, bribery, witness tampering, forced labor, sex trafficking, transportation and inductment of prostitution, multiple offenses of narcotics. I think they're going to not be able to do the RICO anymore because it's just one person in a RICO. I've never heard of that in my life. Count 2 is sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion. There's going to be some witnesses to transporting and everything. There's a victim in this. Cassie, obviously. and she was forced to engage in commercial sex acts, etc. So she's gonna testify. Brian Steele's probably gonna get him off the RICO and get him into some type of plea, He's gonna present enough to give the jury doubt of a lot of these charges against Diddy. And then he can work out a plea deal that's good enough for Diddy where, maybe he gets to go home and have all these restrictions on him, or maybe he has to do a little bit more time, then he gets to go home, He won't be doing 10 years, per se, Maybe he'll get time served like Young Thug, because by the time this is over, he will probably be in there for 2 years. And they're already requested a delay yesterday of 2 months so that Brian Steele could prepare. So we'll see how this goes. But I'll keep you guys up to date. Smash that like button. Peace.